As a lifelong car guy, one of the most frustrating elements of working on one of our old cars is doing any kind of suspension work, knowing that you're going to have to get an alignment done, and then begging, pleading, praying that they will take an old car to work on and that they do a good job. So I tend to avoid it at all costs if possible. Also, if you're like me, your social media feed is probably chock full of car advertisements, tools, things like that. So you have inevitably seen an ad for a company called Gyraline. Now, they promise that using their phone holder and the accelerometers in your phone, as well as their proprietary software, that you can do an incredibly accurate home alignment. So I was super excited about that, reached out to them and picked up one of their kits. And today we're going to try it out on the flooded Corvair. I know there are a ton of people out there that are vying for your subscription. And my hope is that by the end of this, I will have earned it. So if you like seeing classic cars get brought back to life, take just a moment and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. All right, let's dive in to see how well this Gyraline DIY auto alignment tool works. We'll start by downloading their software and then just drop your phone right into their holder. So the first thing that we want to do is make sure that the device is calibrated to a flat spot on the car. And I'm going to use this window right here. So we're going to start by holding it flush against the body of the car. Begin right hand base, up, down, up, down. It says we're 99.6% positive that we are in the appropriate slope. We're going to do the same thing for the other side. Okay, now that we have got our references in place, let's try and figure out what our toe is. Now we're going to align these nubs on the holder with the top of the wheel, making sure it sits flush against the face, and aligning this diamond inside the wheel. Press front right toe, and it shows that we are 3/10 of an inch toed in. Let's do the right rear, and it shows that we are 1/10 of an inch toed in. Now let's go around to the other side. Left rear, 0.15 toed in, and left front. My left front is going straight, so my total toe in is about 0.15 inch total. Now my wheel may not be perfectly straight, but that does show that all my wheels are going in roughly the right direction. Now let's look at camber and caster. In order to do my camber, I had to do a little calibration, and it walks you right through everything that you need to do. So we're going to start with the front right. Now we're going to hold these nubs up to the back side of the wheel here, making sure that it sits flat. And you'll see there's a little bar here that says level this bar. So we're going to find our perfect level and then click save. Next, we're going to move on to the right rear, and I think we've got a little bit more negative camber than I really want, but we're about to find out. Yeah, it looks like about 4 degrees of negative camber. Moving on to the left side, about 3 degrees. And finally moving on to the front left. It's about 2.5 degrees. So my eyeball guesstimates weren't too terribly far off. After you do all 4, you can print this off and it'll keep this stored. So it looks like the front, we're about 2.5 on the front left, 2 on the front right, 3.3 and 4.3 on the rears. So I've got a little bit of work to do on getting the rears aligned a bit better. So next we're going to measure the caster on both the driver's side and the passenger side. So we'll click Start Left Caster, and it says here, steer straight, so we're steered straight. So we're going to start with setting the toe, which means aligning the tops here with the top of the wheels, and rotate this around until that line lines up with the cross there. Click Set Toe. Then we're going to set our camber and align that until that lines up. Perfect. Okay, then it says steer left. So let me go turn the wheel. And we're going to repeat this process. And then finally steer right. And we'll do the same thing one last time. And it says caster complete, 6-point caster calculation, results 3.6 degrees. And I think on this car, 3 to 5 is where you're looking for. So now let's do the other side. And for the passenger side, we're at 2.5 degrees, so a little bit less. So I've got some adjustments that need to be made. The last measurement that we're going to make with the Gyraline is our Ackerman. So we're going to start with the front left wheel pointed straight, get angle 1. Now it says turn the wheel to the right. Get this one. And it says Ackerman analysis, your steering currently generates 1.98 degrees of toe in per 10 degrees of steering angle. And if I'm being completely transparent, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but we'll look it up in the manual. So now that I have used the Gyraline DIY auto alignment tool, I can honestly say I am thoroughly impressed. And I don't do this often, but I am going to give a full endorsement of this product. And if you want to pick up one for yourself, you can use the promo code AutoAnatomy 20% off to save 20%. And I'll put a link in the description below where you can pick one up for yourself. So if you want to align your car at home and save 20% in the process, click on that link, use promo code AutoAnatomy 20% off. I thoroughly recommend the Gyraline DIY auto alignment tool. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. God bless. And I've got 2 more cars that I need to align now.